is a great time to invest in Asia.
Asia is an extraordinarily powerful place to be invested.
I've been a huge spokesperson of investing in Asia, and we at 16th Street are focused on Asia because I think the landscape is extremely exciting.
I see a lot of opportunity in Vietnam and in India.
Everything's deal by deal and situation specific. From the Maso perspective, we continue to engage with companies, we continue to engage with boards, and they're looking to get on the front foot.
Over $100 million of capital raised by SPACs in the US in the past 18 months mean that Asian companies with substantial global businesses can list their subsidiaries faster and often at higher valuations than they could previously. I think that means better valuations for particular Asian companies with these global businesses and these subsidiaries that can be sold to SPACs. And in some cases, especially in the case of Grab just now, it means that some Asian companies will go public in the US much quicker than they have been.
In Asia, it's a relatively new product. There have been very few de-SPAC mergers that have occurred in Asia thus far. As more occur, that will give greater credibility to the product in this region. The ESG standards in somewhere like Australia will be different to Japan, different to Hong Kong, and different to mainland China. Across the board, though, what is universal is that we are seeing a growing adoption of increased governance and ESG policy and standards.
And so ESG is going to be an increasingly important theme for investors in choosing which companies to invest with. That means that both companies need to improve their ESG criteria. That means that investors throughout the region should think about ESG as an investing criteria. And actually, it means better companies, I believe, for all stakeholders.
Companies understand that investors care about governance and their impact on the environment, I think, is wonderful and will play a part in the sustainable growth of Asia.
We think momentum-driven sectors will correct, especially in China. And as crowded trades get carried out, some investors may be left confused. This is the year we think where fundamental stock pickers with differentiated ideas and high conviction ideas will outperform and will be rewarded.
So if you wind the clock back, finance or funding was available a year ago during COVID, slightly more expensive, but board confidence was missing. Boards didn't know what their underlying businesses would look like. Employees, borders, travel, and everything in between. So if you're a corporate at a board level, if you're not sure about your own business, why are you going to make the next step of someone else's business? Now, a year forward, and we saw the pickup in Q4 last year, I think confidence comes through via equity markets, etc. So board confidence has come back. That's positive. Funding is readily available. That's positive. So those are both drivers to greater activity.
We've had a very strong macro-driven market over the last 3 or 4 years, driven by excessive presence on Twitter and a lot of policy announcements happening which were unexpected. And that has given less importance to a bottom-up story that Asia always has been. So I do think that in the next 3 or 4 years, bottom-up becomes far more important than it has been in the last 4 years, and that for a bottom investor like ourselves is a great opportunity.
So you're going to see a structural shift in the way people think about some economies that have structural growth and historically have been perceived as fragile, but now I think we may see a change in their perception that they offer, both resilience and growth.
Kowloon Foundation is focused on the prevention, care, and treatment for women with gynecological cancers.
I'm often in awe of young women, mothers, what they're capable of and how much responsibility they shoulder. Promoting their longevity, as is the cause for KLF, speaks dear to my heart.
We're honored to support the Karen Leung Foundation and the Sohn Conference. As a woman and at a firm with majority women, these issues are close to our hearts, and we fully support the mission of the Karen Leung Foundation and will encourage everyone to donate generously.
Come join us at the Sohn Conference this year on May 20th to do both good and well. You could do well by hearing great investment ideas from leading investment managers which you wouldn't hear anywhere else. And you could do good by helping prevent and care for cancers across Hong Kong and ultimately across Asia.